I think Godox just dropped the perfect light for content creators. This is the ML60 Mark II Bicolor, a super compact 60-watt light that can pretty much do it all. Godox has created hundreds, if not thousands, of iterations of lights, and all that experience shows in the design and details on this one. The entire body of this light is made of plastic, but don't equate that to meaning cheap. It's obviously not going to be as nice as a high-end studio light, but it's definitely no toy. As minor as it might sound, one of my pet peeves with the original ML60 was its cylindrical shape. They couldn't be stacked, and anytime I would set one down, it would try to roll away on me, so I'm really glad they went back to the cubic shape on this one. The materials are nice, but it also looks nice with a modern gray and white color scheme. So if you're someone who has their lights showing in frame, this one is not going to negatively affect the vibe of your video. On the back are two pressable dials and a unique power switch that's more satisfying to use than the usual ones you see out there. In CCT mode, the left knob adjusts the color temperature from a warm 2800 to a cool 6500 Kelvin in increments of 100, and the right knob adjusts the brightness in increments of 1%. And this light retains the last settings you used even when you unplug it, so it starts right back up where you left it. Pressing in on the right knob switches to effects mode, where you get 11 customizable special effects. In effects mode, turning the left knob changes the effect in use, and the right knob adjusts the brightness. Pressing in on the left knob lets you adjust certain settings for each effect, like speed, frequency, or color temperature. Holding down on the right knob lets you turn Bluetooth off to save a little battery, or on for mobile app control using the Godox Lite mobile app. The mobile app connects quickly, lets you control multiple lights at once, and also gives you a few more customization options in the special effects. On the bottom of the light is the locking power port, but one thing different here is that the threads are internal, so there's nothing sticking out on the bottom of the light. You'll also see a 1/4-inch threaded hole complete with locating pinholes. Those keep the light from twisting when you have it attached to the battery grip or when you have it on the light stand adapter. The ML60 Mark II comes with an AC adapter, but it also has optional V-mount and NPF battery grips. The battery grips have a battery level indicator, they can attach to a light stand themselves, and have flip-out feet to set the lights down safely on a flat surface. The grip is a textured faux leather, the battery portion is detachable, and they also have an adjustable mount on top. The battery grip on the original ML60 was fine, but this one is just more refined using better materials, so it's just better overall. Everything fits nicely into a really well-made carrying case, and when I say everything, I also mean the battery grip and two large NPF batteries. The case is semi-rigid, well-padded, and compact, so I have no complaints there. Now, because this light is so small, it doesn't have a standard Bowens mount, but a Godox mount instead, and comes with a mini stock reflector. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of proprietary mounts because it means you're stuck with just a few modifier options or you have to use a Bowens mount adapter, but that's not really the case here. The Godox mount has been around forever, and there's actually a good selection of modifiers like the popular ADS 60, 65, and 85 softboxes, which are all relatively inexpensive and lightweight. They've also got some really cool new pop-up silicone diffusers, not to mention the MLP projection modifier. The ML6015 is a 6-inch collapsible dome diffuser, and it comes with 3 adapters, so you can use it not only with Godox mount video lights, but both square and round Godox head flashes as well. The ML1625 is around a 6.5 by 10-inch rectangular softbox, and it comes with all the same adapters. The dome is great as a key light and also brings up the ambient light in the room simultaneously. The rectangular softbox is bigger, so it's softer, and it's a little bit more directional. Everything is really lightweight and easy to swap out, but my favorite thing about them is how compact they are because they pack down almost completely flat. Normally, I don't talk much about specific modifier options, but these happen to pair with this particular light really well, especially for handheld use, so I wanted to mention them. The other thing that's a really great fit for this light is the Godox MLP Projection Unit, which also uses the Godox mount. If you're not familiar with projection attachments, they let you do a few things. You can focus the light to have hard edges rather than soft fall off like a reflector or a Fresnel lens. You can also use the 4 shutters to shape the light into something other than a circle, which is cool for various reasons, but one of my favorite tricks is to use it to turn anything into a light source. So for example, my wife has these white acoustic panels in her space, and I can shoot the projection unit across the room onto one of the panels and shape it just to hit the panel, effectively turning it into a big softbox. The MLP kit also comes with 6 gobos and has a few other sets available to create shadow effects to simulate things like windows or tree branches and leaves. One of the coolest things about this projector in particular is that you can continuously rotate the entire front element 360 degrees with detents every 90 degrees that snap into place. It also comes with a gel holder. There's an optional iris diaphragm you can get, and you can choose between 19, 26, and 36 degree lenses depending on what you might need. This thing is super heavy duty, made almost entirely of nice metal, and it's just a really fun way to expand your lighting capabilities in a creative way. Pro tip though, do not set this or any other projection modifier down on a flat surface because you will bend the shutters. Don't ask me how I know. I tested the ML60 Mark II bicolor with my Sekonic C800 for brightness and color accuracy and got the following results. With the light set to 3200 Kelvin, I got a CCT of 3217, a brightness of 2530 lux, and a color correction number of 0.4 green. I also got a CRI of 97.7 and an SSI versus the tungsten standard of 83. With the light set to 5500 Kelvin, I got a CCT of 5453, a brightness of 3030 lux, and a color correction number of 0.9 green. I also got a CRI of 96 and an SSI versus the daylight standard of 72. That's all pretty much exactly what I would expect from a good quality bicolor LED. The only thing I feel like I could really even mention is that the tint is slightly more magenta on the daylight end than average. It's not a big deal as is, and LEDs turn greener over time, so I hesitate to even mention it. Overall, I can confidently recommend the ML60 Mark II bicolor based solely on the color accuracy and brightness for a 60-watt bicolor light. So is this the perfect light for content creators like I alluded to at the beginning? Yes? Like anything, it depends on your particular needs, but there's really nothing about this light that I would change to make it better. It's well made, it looks good, and it's really flexible with multiple power options and plenty of modifiers available. So overall, I highly recommend the Godox ML60 Mark II bicolor for absolutely any content creators. The kit without the battery grip is $179, and it's only $20 more for the kit with the battery grip, which in my eyes is a really small price to pay for the added versatility. But what do you think? Leave a comment and let me know if there's something that you think they could have done better with this light. Links are in the description, and if you buy anything at all using my links, that's the best way to support this channel and there's no extra cost to you. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.